and welcome to our forward folds. I'll teach you 3 basic forward folds, and we will add in Baddha Konasana just as a transitional pose to get a sense of that. And again, I highly recommend that you start off practicing on a blanket. And if over time you feel that you don't need it, then feel free to lose it. However, what I often see, and I have to watch out for this in myself too, but I tend to have a lordosis of the low back. So it's a little easier for me to lift up and out of the pelvis. So a lot of times I see this. And you can see if you just sit up on a blanket, you don't have to put as much effort into trying to lift up because the blanket is lifting you up. But I want to face you, so I'm going to turn around. Let me just show you that from the side. And the beginning posture, as I said, will be Baddha Konasana. So rather than grabbing the ankles and trying to pull them back, now we're getting into that tug of war situation. Instead, press the feet together, tent the fingers behind you, lift up that armpit chest area, and right away you should feel, there's more of an opening through that inner thigh. And then if you want, you can bring the pelvis closer towards those heels. It's not necessary. Lift from pubis to sternum. There's an external rotation here through the arms, and lengthen from the inner groin out through the inner knee, and lightly pull from the outer knee into that outer hip, but let those sit bones really drop down. And that's Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. And from here, you'll stretch that right leg out. I'm going to turn just a little bit here so you can really see everything that's happening. I'm going to go a little bit over to the edge so that this left thigh can really drop down. Press the sole of the left foot into that right leg. Reach from the inner right groin out through that inner right heel. And please bring your toes to the sky. So pull them a little towards you. Inhale, left arm will rise up alongside your ear. Right hand is behind you, palming or tenting, whatever keeps that shoulder from coming up into the ear, but allows that right armpit chest area to lift. And exhale, right ribs back, left ribs around, a little bit of a twist, left hand to the outside of that left thigh. And then you can bring the right hand forward, left hand forward, and inhale, press both legs down, and press that outer left hip down. Keep that left buttock really dropping, reaching down, and only come so far forward as you can keep the collarbones wide, chest lifted, but eventually you can lengthen the back of the neck. You can keep the hands here like outriggers. Keep lifting up through the low belly, lifting up through the heart. And if it's available, you could use a strap as well. But if you can reach your calf, your ankle, or your foot, leave the elbows buoyant though, and have the arms keep inviting the heart forward. So you're only going to come down insofar as you can keep the back long and pretty flat. You may round a little bit. And keep pulling those right ribs over to the right, dropping those left ribs down. Lengthen through the back of the neck, reach through the crown of the head. Janu Sirsasana on the right. Inhale, rise. Exhale, come back. Baddha Konasana. Again, resist the temptation to grab the feet. Press down through the fingertips. Maybe bring the pelvis a little closer forward if that doesn't lose any alignment. If you don't lose any alignment by doing that. And rather than trying to press the knees down, think about, can I lengthen from the inner groin out through the inner knee? And then Janu Sirsasana, other side, stretch that left leg out. So left leg now in Dandasana, right leg in Baddha Konasana. And you can move the foot closer. Again, resist using the hand because then you're getting into that tug of war with yourself. Reach from the inner left groin out through that inner left heel. Keep those left toes to the sky. Reach back through this outer right hip. Press that right shin, right thigh down. Inhale, tenting the left fingers, reaching the right arm alongside your ear. Exhale, a little tiny twist. This is just to try to get the right ribs to come forward and pull those left ribs back. And then start to come forward. Let the left hand come forward. Have the outrigger situation here for the hands. So this may be it. I'd rather see this, legs down, chest lifted, than this. I'm really trying to get my head down, but I've completely lost my alignment, compromised my integrity. So keep your integrity, coming forward, long spine, flat back. Feel free to, in fact, don't feel free to, please do lengthen the back of the neck, reach through the crown of the head if you're really able to fold. The fold is at the hip crease. You're not flexing through the spine. The spine is actually staying a little bit extended. And that's why we do the back bends, then the twists, to really keep that upper spine moving forward, collarbones wide, even as you bring that neck nice and long, back of the neck nice and long. And again, if you can reach something, great. Keep the elbows buoyant and keep inviting that heart to come forward. And then once you've arrived at your fullest expression, make sure you reestablish that right leg. Take that outer right hip back and down, but pull the right ribs forward and around. And a few breaths here. Ocean breath throughout your practice if you can. I know I haven't really emphasized that, but that's why I taught it at the beginning. So you can always start incorporating that as you progress in your practice. And then inhale to come up and out. Exhale, Baddha Konasana. Tent the fingers, lift the chest, lift up through the low belly. And then exhale, I'll turn to face you again. You'll bring the legs out wide. Toes to the sky. Take the outer knee down, inner knee slightly up, but don't let the toes go in that direction. Just the legs. Spread across the sit bones, lift the front body. And exhale, maybe this is it. You could even be here. If there's a lot of physical sensation in your hamstrings right here, just reach from that inner groin out through the inner heel and let this be your Upavista Konasana, wide-legged forward fold. If you do come forward, come slowly. Inhale, lift through the side waist. Exhale, lift through the low belly. And just keep moving like that, slowly, slowly. If the toes start to fall in, you're there. And again, that length through the back of the neck. And only insofar as you can maintain all of these actions will you come forward any amount more. If you are able to come forward and maintain all of those actions, you can probably reach your big toes, wrap your fingers around, and bring your forehead to the ground. And even here, shoulders out of the ears, heart wide, pulling that armpit chest area forward, lengthening through the side waist. And then as you're ready, Coming slowly out of it, pressing the hands down, scooping the heart up. Exhale. You got it. Baddha Konasana. Cobbler's pose. Tenting the fingers, reaching from inner groin out through inner knee, lifting from pubis to sternum. Lift up through that low belly. And then coming into what I think really is the most difficult forward fold, Paschimottanasana, also known as seated forward fold. And again, starting in Dandasana, toes to the sky, inner thighs spinning down, palming the hands or tenting the fingers, whatever allows you to lift up through the chest, but drop the shoulder blades down the back, lift up through the occipital ridge. Inhale, sweep the arms up alongside your ears. Exhale, lift rather than bow forward. There will be a hinging at the hip creases, but maybe just come as far forward, and maybe this is it for you. Again, if you feel a lot of sensation in the hamstrings, let this be it. Focus on lifting the chest. Lift up out of the side waist. Keep the back flat. Back of the neck long. Maybe you can come to your calves, shins, ankles, feet. Again, elbows buoyant, back of the neck long. Invite the heart forward. And breathe. And the more slowly you go into the posture, the more likely you'll go further. You can see here my back is slightly rounded, but my heart is still coming forward. Sit bones are still grounding. Breathing is still unhindered. And then inhale, pull that heart forward, float it up. And this time, end with a swastikasana, sitting on the blanket or on the mat, whatever feels best to you. I came off the blanket because I wanted to face you. So that's it. Those are the forward folds, the 3 main forward folds. There are many, many more, but they're all based off of those 3. Om, Om, Om. Thank you so much for coming with me through all of these practices. I hope they have benefited you, and I hope you will continue. Namaste.